Meow. I'm getting started a little bit late today, even though I've been up for several hours, because I've been on something like a goose chase. Lately, I've gotten a few questions about my terminal. My terminal theme. I think a lot of people find the black on red unreadable. And I have this habit of taking other people's feedback really seriously, even when it was unprompted. So between trying to figure out if I need to change my terminal color themes and settings, and if I do need to, what I would want to change it to. I don't know, I just spent a long time. The other thing though is that as I started looking at my terminal colors, I realized that my Vim theme, I chose it very arbitrarily, and I think there's a lot of things that are done because of convention that aren't actually as helpful as people think they are. This is a hot take, this is an opinion, but yeah, colors in Vim and color highlighting. I think it's less useful than people think it is because I don't know, maybe it's useful for some people who bother to either notice the patterns or to customize it themselves. But otherwise for me, like, oh yeah, I notice when I'm typing in some file. I don't know. That oh yeah, my certain things are different colors. Ooh, big whoop. But honest to be totally honest, right now I know that like some of these are keywords and some of these are like functions that have like slightly different coloring, but I can't say that's totally useful to me if I don't even pay attention to it. I'm just practicing. I think I should make a frequently asked question pin for the description. I get that question a lot. What are you making? What are you making? I get it though, because I guess most people learn to program so that they can build something. Nightmare Killer, right now I am really stuck. I want to change uh, my Vim theme, but I want to make my own because I can't seem to find one that I really like. But I don't know how to. And then I started looking up the steps to do that. And even that felt too hard. Yeah, it felt too hard because I don't understand. It said like for Mac OS it says Vim files, Vim runtime. I don't know what I don't know what this all means. I really don't understand. I do know I know dot Vim. I know, but it says Unix is dot Vim or all this stuff. So I don't even know where to find the default. Nothing is up. I don't feel that good. I have a real big headache too. Sorry, I'm whining. I'm whining. I won't whine. I feel like people. Yeah, that is an environment variable. My point, Benny, is that I don't know where the default color template for Vim is actually located. And when I looked on Stack Overflow, they said, oh, look at the runtime path for your Vim. But I don't even know how to read environment variables. I don't even know how to. I don't really understand environment. I know I've like yeah, I don't understand it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't really fully understand like environment variables and those nicknames and path and home. I understand like no, I don't want to say I understand. I understand theoretically, like at a very base level, like theoretically, okay, you know, home, right? It's like your default or your home. Um, I understand that whenever you install, you know, some tool or whatever library, it needs a place where it's gonna get stored or whatever. I don't. By the way, Banny, I'm not really asking you or Nightmare Killer to explain it to me though. So, Nightmare Killer says you should be able to do echo, sum, var. And they're like, Manny Bear, thank you. Not doing that well today. I don't think you guys are understanding me. What I want to know, Nightmare Killer and Banny, is I want to know how to know that I should do echo, $, sum, var. I want to know, like, how do I know when I should do that or that is how I should look for something? And yeah, I know that I have a file for environments in the shell, but I feel like I learned the wrong way. So I just have some, but I don't even know what they really are. I don't remember why I made them do it there. Humanity gets such a for 27. Also, I'm feeling really. I'm whining. It's true. I'm feeling really stressed and pressured because I think that the two things in common everybody wants from me. Number one, everyone wants me to tell them what I'm making because they see programming as like, oh, you gotta be making something for a portfolio or for money, or you gotta be making something right now. You're a beginner. Why aren't you making something right now? You just started learning. Why aren't you making a project? Are you stupid? That's the only way to possibly learn. You gotta be making something right this instant. Okay, that's number one. Number two is I think there is an actual difference that's wide, a big gap between computer science and software engineering. And I think that other people understand that to be true too sometimes. But there's like, I don't know, I'm just really lost. I feel like I keep following down paths and following advice that is computer science related, for the what is it called? For the folks who went down that path, who like got a degree in computer science, or who have already done projects and have practiced some development and programming, and they want to deepen their learning, so then they go and learn computer science. I know it's a common way. I hear it every single day. I can't escape it. But JJ, it shouldn't be so stressful. I think the reason why it's stressful to me is I'm too sticky. Someone says words to me and I over process them and I think, oh, I should consider this, or this is important, even when I don't want to. Anyway, so I feel like crying today because I'm really stupid and I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to explain what I want or what I like or what I'm trying to do here. There was something. Which project? What was it called again? There was something in here. But it's okay. I know that along the way there's going to be days like this. There's gonna be times like this. Oh, this is the one. Coding back. So here's just like some random website by Nick Parlante, 2017. And it just has some things in it or whatever. And I just did the first run or whatever. So it's like little Python exercises because I want to do more practice. And yeah, today I'm hitting this level of frustration over the people in the world who want me to build dirty projects right away, or copy someone's code and just build a project, or use AI and just build a project. Also, people who want me to, like, I don't know, grind elite code and become a competitive programmer or whatever. And they're always obsessed with being the most cleverest or whatever. But I don't know. I think right now, yeah. You don't have to believe in me. Ah, thank you, Baratum, for the free love. I'll take it. I'm a little bit frustrated this morning. I don't feel like even doing type racer. But yeah. So, what I'm frustrated about, how do I describe this? What I'm frustrated about is that, like, I'm still really early on, but I know that I don't understand something deeply, because even though I can, there's another one. So, like, when I started wanting to learn again last year, I was told to do this class. It's really good. It's the UC Berkeley, like, intro to computer science, essentially. The structure interpretation of computer programs. It's a spin-off of the MIT version, which I like even more, to be honest. So what happened was I started doing this course online. It has a syllabus and has some lectures, it has a textbook and practice. But as soon as I started, I was like, I'm really out of my depth because I didn't have any background in, like, don't feel like I didn't have any background in fundamentals or whatever. Yeah, so 6-1A concentrates on abstraction, and then more advanced engineering, and machines, blah blah blah. There's no formal programming related prerequisites because students without prior experience can succeed in the course, but taking the course without prior programming experience is typically quite challenging. Students who take the course without prior programming experience typically must spend more time to complete assignments and tend to receive lower final grades in the course. Most CS61A students have had significant prior programming experience. A typical background includes at least one course equivalent to CS10 or a score of 3 or above on AP Computer Science. So, like, yeah, I've did a little bit of dabbling, but I have no such thing as like a whole course done before. So I started this, and then I like was crashing and burning. And then while I was reading the textbook, which I thought was pretty cool, I saw at the bottom that it's based on another textbook, Structure Interpretation of Computer Programs. Oh, I can't find it. Let's find it. Structure and Interpretation of Computer. And this one is like the Bible, but you know, in the age of AI, are people even reading that anymore? Where is it this one? Yeah. And I started doing this book, and I really liked it. And I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I got not very far at all. I was still in. I think I did some tree recursion. I think I got stuck around here, 1.2 point something. I also really like the language it's written in with Scheme. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And but I ran into the same roadblock where I thought to myself, might I get more out of this with a little bit more knowledge? Might I get more out of this with a little bit more foundations? So that led me back to the tried and true launch school, which is, it's a program that I honed in on years ago when I first started thinking I might want to learn programming. But because it has a really steep sticker price, I never actually did the program. I just like hung out around the community. I listened to some podcast episodes because they have a podcast. I read a lot of their articles and their philosophy, and it really resonates with me. But the best part, in my opinion, so far, is they do have an open bookshelf with what I consider pretty high quality books. I haven't read all of them. I read Introduction to the Command Line, Introduction to Git and GitHub, and Introduction to Programming with Python so far. But they have books on a lot of, like, some other things. And I just thought I really liked it. I do. I like the philosophy. I like that it's not heavily video based because I don't really learn that. I don't enjoy learning from videos, to be perfectly honest. I would rather read something and then do practice. I'm yapping. But yeah, this is why I'm frustrated. Is there a way I can look at the curriculum on here? How do I go to the main site again? Pages. I'm so sad. If only I was made of money. This is 100%. I wouldn't even look back. I would just 100% go for this one, even though that's the other thing. All the people who were like, "Oh, just make projects, make projects." They're the same ones who would tell me, "Oh, this is way overpriced. So don't spend your money on this." And I think different people have different goals. My hot take is that there used to be a time in the industry where development skills, coding was pretty rare. So there was like a slightly lower bar and you could still get a good job, a well-paying job, and you could learn on the job while practicing at home and practicing on the side. Nowadays, there's tons of programs and tons of graduates, although I did read something saying that for the first time in many years, the number of CS grads has actually gone down. Like the trend has gone down compared to prior years. User requirements were simpler back then. Exactly, because this is like a relatively new field when you think about certain things. But anyway, so a lot of people have this attitude of, I just want to learn as quickly as I can, whatever I can to impress an employer and get a job. So you find so many videos and instructions about like how to become a developer in, you know, 2 months, like, or in like a couple of weeks, or how to learn Python fast, or how to do everything quick, right? And oh, you just need to grind the LeetCode code. Oh, you just need to like, find some project. It's like art. It's like art. The people who are good at it, they're just like they don't even know. They're biased about their own experience a lot of the time. Anyway, and then, so the other thing I want to say is that I do believe this launch school philosophy that there are actually two tracks of developer jobs. And one track, a lot of people actually get on when they learn quickly and they don't know their gaps and they don't know the gaps in their fundamentals, is they get sort of this code monkey kind of job with kind of basic stuff and they kind of stagnate. Like there are not a lot of opportunities for growth in those positions, and also their their salary might be capped at like some lower tier. Also, in the age of AI, those are the ones that they're the first to be cut. They're the first to be replaced by someone more senior with stronger fundamentals and stronger, systems architecture and stuff like that skills. Who can, whatever, use AI as interns. You literally have to also babysit them through the development process. Exactly. So what I liked about Launch School's concept is they talk a lot about the other path, which is a slow learning path that a lot of people actually do on their own. A lot of people do it on their own through learning projects, but the trouble with doing it on your own and with your own projects is you don't have like any real reference point of what's important, what's not. How deep do you need to learn something? How much can you skim over something? There's no scaffolding, it's not being done for you. So you have to do it yourself, and because of that, it can take even longer. Either way, I really do believe software engineering is a craft, and crafts take time and dedication to develop. Either way, it's going to take time. And I'm of the opinion that if you start with bad habits, it's probably going to take you 10 years. Maybe, if that. Or worse, if you start with bad habits, you might hit a plateau and then just not get past it because you don't understand what you don't understand or whatever. And then obviously, so the other elephant though, there are the high IQ, best and brights who just take to it all like water. I'm not that. I'm not that. And a lot of those types, you know, they don't really need that much help or hand holding. You could just let them go off in the wild and they'll figure it out. They'll be fine. And then there's also the other type who have a strong pedigree, which matters a lot too. If you come from a really strong school, like one of the best in the world, and you have that clout, if especially really hot take, if you live in the Bay Area, if you live if you live in California, that is an automatic leg up, in my opinion. I know there are hubs in other places, okay? There are hubs in, like, Texas, New York, maybe, I don't know other countries, but I'm sure there are, like, equivalent hubs in other countries. Like, I say equivalent in air quotes. But, anyway. Wanting to know something is a great mentality. I had bad habits, kept reading code, learned how to write better code. Yeah, but I think that you're one of those types, Nightmare, who take to it like water too, though. Where, like, reading and learning to write better code probably came pretty easy to you. I don't know, that's my assumption. Manning Gamer. Anyway. So I'm sad. Okay, so the reason I wanted to show you guys this though is because why did I want to show you this? So there are, like, what's another site? Um this is actually a perfect example. Syllabus. Let's see. Actually, we'll just go from here. So if you just look at the kinds of things that you learn, right? So in this course, CS61A, you have functions and control. Oh wait, it's actually here. You have coding environment, functions, exceptions, control, higher order functions, environment, recursion, tree recursion, sequence and containers, mutability and data abstraction, trees, iterators and generators, more exceptions, objects and attributes, inheritance and string representation, mutable trees, linked lists, efficiency. I love scheme, a little bit of scheme. Interpreters, tail calls, and then you're gonna get to databases a little bit with SQL. Also, there's tons of homework, tons of practice problems, labs, and projects in a course like this. And then, their textbook kind of just mirrors the same thing. Is there... I don't know. Okay, yeah. Building abstractions with functions, and it goes over the same things I pretty much just said. Okay. And then this same one, so this is the one it was based on. It's a lot about abstractions, and this is computer science. This is computer science. This is like, what are the patterns? What are the ways you can, I don't know, do a lot of things? I'm not saying these are not important. I'm saying that for me, I think it's too early. I think it's too early. I think I should know a little bit more about at least how programming works. The way it's structured reminds me of university. And I feel like I can't emphasize it enough. I think computer science and software engineering are two different things, where the goals of a computer scientist might have more to do with research and development of the field, right? Of the field of computation, how to make it faster, how to do more math, how to do math quickly, how to do, it's like a different, it's like, I'm not saying those are unrelated. I think they inform better software engineering, but it's a different skill set. Um, and I wanna spend more time learning a language deeply before doing the theoretical part. Personally, not everybody is like this though. Did you ever look into the details of how RAM is stored and how processors work? Because that science part informs a lot of it, though for programming it is kind of overkill. That's my point, JJ. I think those are different things. So the other thing too is because of abstraction, a lot of people have learned like a model for how RAM works or whatever, and then they just regurgitate that model. But in reality, there's like, you guys, we've talked about it before here. There's a lot of different types of RAM, and there's probably, depending on the hardware, I have no idea. I won't go any further because I don't really know. But this is an example too of like a rabbit hole trap that someone trying to do it by themselves might fall into, and it can be good, but it could be maybe not necessary, or maybe not the right time, depending on the scaffolding. Time to learn from first principles. Rainbows, Fox, what are your first principles, actually? What are your first principles? Um, so yeah, this one is their basics course. It starts with, oh, actually, here's the detailed syllabus. Using Markdown, differences between Python versions, Git and GitHub. Okay, we did that already. It talks about like learning, whatever, some small problems. And then a style guide, truthiness, Python virtual environments. And they do a little project calculator, how to write pseudocode, flowcharts, what is pilot, then they refactor the calculator, debugging, errors, preventing errors, what is the concept of precedence, doing type conversions, more different types of calculators, some coding tips, which is vague. I don't know what that includes, but I'm curious. And then they cover variables and functions, variable scope. Do you guys see right away how this is like extremely different? It's like on another planet compared to a chapter 1 that's like, I don't know, it's like a different set of things that goes into high order functions and recursive functions. I'm not saying that we don't get to that ever. I'm not saying that this is not worth learning. I'm saying it's like different skill set. I want to grind more of like how to use the language. Depends on what you actually do. You should know that in embedded. Oh, cool. Pure logic gate is where CS starts. Lower than that, physics. I talked about this already too, Rainbows Fox. Not today, but in general. There's like so many rabbit holes. You could go into the hardware. You could go to, yeah, physics, electrical engineering, and physics. But I think that Anyway, I'm being too emotional about it. Commanding the channel. What I need to do is I need to, like, create my own mission and keep reminding myself that I'm on my mission and not get so influenced by the backseaters and people that just want to share their opinions. Because, can I say this? I don't know, this is kind of mean, but it's true. I know a couple of people who are working for those evil big tech companies, engineers making great money working in big tech. And I had one of them say to me uh like I asked them to explain Git to me from like bottom to top, and they were like, "Oh, all you need are just like, you know, these handful of Git functions. Oh, don't worry about the rest." And they were like, "I don't even know." They were like, "Oh, I don't even know Git that deeply. I just use, you know, the basics like git add, git push, git whatever." And like, mm, I think that when you have a high pedigree and high IQ, you can get away with that. You don't have to know deeply. You could just like wing it and work at Fang or Mango, and it's fine. It's like totally fine. You get away with it. But I think for someone like me with like a loser in life, not particularly high IQ, get push daddy force harder. Exactly. Yep, just like that. Um I think someone like me shouldn't, because I'm not going to be so, I'm not, first of all, I don't have desires to work in big tech, believe it or not. I really don't. I do the only temptation would be like so I could pay off my student loans, but honestly I would prefer to do it, you know, with my own business. Oh, Vinayak, are you going to be annoying? I don't know, you're saying some weird stuff. Anyway, I talked way too much today. I should get on to the practice, but I don't feel like it. But step one of getting better, getting good, is doing things even when you don't feel like doing them. I want to look into this a little bit more first, though. So then they have, like, let's see. Yeah, sequences, dictionary sets, frozen sets, working with strings and ranges, working with lists and tuples, unpacking iterables, and practice problems. And it's like, it's not just a cursory, like, can you read this and do it once? Can you read this and learn it and just do it once? It's like about drilling. Like, do you really, really, really get it? Can you do it with your eyes closed? And that's the path that I want to go on first. If it helps you feel better, just do it. Can I look at these before I go in? Can I look at these? I don't even know if I can. Anyway. Write a program that solicits 6 numbers from the user and prints a message that describes whether the 6th number appears amongst the first 5. I've seen you improve over time, things will be okay. That's sure. I think I could do this already, honestly. But, yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm judging too quickly. So yesterday, oh wait, I didn't show you guys. yesterday I actually started working on this one. Hog. I know, I'll use my higher order functions to order higher order roles. To order higher roles. And should I show you? I don't know. Okay, why not? Let's just show you guys. Why not? I'll just show you guys. Go in here. Okay. Baba, what are you saying? What are you even saying? So this is a little project. In Hog, 2 players alternate turns. It's like a little game. Trying to be the first to end a turn with at least goal total points, where goal is by default 100. On each turn, the current player chooses some number of dice to roll together up to 10. That player's score for the turn is the sum of the dice outcomes. However, a player who rolls too many dice risks so sad. If any of the dice outcomes is a 1, the current player's score for the turn is 1, regardless of the other values rolled. So for example, if the current player rolls 7 dice and 5 of them are 1, they score 1 point for the turn. If the current player rolls 4 dice, all of which are 3s, since they didn't roll a 1, so sad didn't occur, they scored 12, which is 4 dice, 3 times. Like, yeah. I mean 3 4 times. Anyway, done with the other course, you just want to do something else. No. So, like, my point is that I'm not done with this course either. So this whole Waterloo thing is part of launch school's curriculum. They tell you, okay, in the programming and back-end prep, in the prep stage, do the University of Waterloo Python tutorial. Technically, I'm finished because they only asked me to do up to 13, and I decided that while I'm here, I'm just going to go ahead and finish it and do all of them. They also had me skipping some. But my point is, like, so this program, Launch School, will spend probably weeks or months not just learning that strings exist and lists exist and these are the data types or whatever, but like learning them intimately, knowing, like learning, like it's like Nightmare Killer said, where like you can just kind of build stuff, and then as you read more code and expose yourself to more code, you can slowly start to adapt like your code style and understanding what's the right thing and what's the wrong thing. But meow. So yeah, I'm almost done with this one. I'm still doing this. I'm just trying to show you that, like, even though I want to follow along with Launch School's program, because I think it's more at my desire, my pace, my goal. My desire isn't to like quickly rush through all of computer science basics because I'm an undergrad student and I'm gonna get the other thing that I think those people take for granted is that if you're doing a degree program, you probably build your fundamentals like kind of iteratively, where you kind of repeatedly get exposure to the same kind of thing. Is it like learning strip split functions of a string and how to apply it? Yes, Vinay, but also with like uh this was like a lot more, I think a lot more practice. I'm not 100% sure. I could be slandering. I could be slandering this. I just knew that the last time I tried to do CS61A, I felt like I was out of my element. Like it was too hard. And then even yesterday, I worked a little bit on this one. I want to show you guys a little bit. But even though I could solve it, I still felt like almost like imposter syndrome. Like I have no business solving this right now. um, but anyway, so yeah, I have so sad. Um, which yeah, if it's the one, and then you have Boar Brawl, a player who chooses to roll 0 dice. Oh, these are special rules. Um, scores 3 times the absolute difference between the tens digit of the opponent's score and the 1 digit of the current player's score. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to implement these, is what I'm trying to say. So you download the starter files, I got those, and then it talks about this is just like for the class. So problem 0. The dice.py file represents dice using non-pure zero argument functions. I don't even know what a non-pure function is. Meow. High minimal sanity. These functions, oh well, I guess it says it right here. I should have just kept reading. Are non-pure because they may have different return values each time they are called, and so a side effect of calling the function is changing what will be returned when the function is called again. Here's the documentation from dice.py that you need to read in order to simulate dice in this product. Technically a compiler term. Yes, thank you. It's okay though. Thank you. It's okay. Um, meow, meow, meow. So, a dice function takes no arguments and returns a number from 1 to n inclusive, where n is the number of sides on the die. Fair dice produce each possible outcome with equal probability. 2 fair dice are already defined, 4-sided and 6-sided, and are generated by the make fair dice function. So they already have a function called make fair dice, and then you put the sides. Return a die that generates values ranging from 1 to sides, each with an equal chance, right? So the 4-sided will have 1, 2, 3, 4 with an equal chance, etc. 6-sided. Test dice are deterministic. They always cycle through a fixed sequence of values that are passed as arguments. Test dice are generated by the make test dice function. So there's make test dice returns a die that cycles deterministically through outcomes. So you have make test dice 1, 2, 3. The first time you roll it, it'll give a 1, and then a 2, and then a 3, and then a 1 again, and then a 2 again, etc. So then it has you do this. Check your understanding by unlocking the following test. So we go Python 3, Q, Q. Oh, no such file or directory. Give me a second. can't open file. Yeah. Okay, my brain hurts a little. 1 second. I wonder if there was... Maybe I can't show you guys on here. I wonder... There might have been some steps that I didn't do for this computer. Python 3. I have a text editor. Yeah? Or did I type something wrong? Let me check on my other machine. CD downloads. 620. Um. Maybe I skipped steps. Maybe I skipped steps. Why does it work on my other machine, but it doesn't work on this one? Q. Python can't open. No such file or directory. Huh? Oh, I forgot. Okay. I forgot to file name. There you go. See. So we get some tests. I think I will. Chat for now. At each question, type what you would expect the output to be. From hog, import everything. Test dice equals make test dice 4, 1, 2. And then if you roll test dice, we know that make test dice returns a die that cycles deterministically. So we should get a 4. And then if we call it again, we should get a 1. And if you call it again, we get a 2. If you call it again, we get a 4. Which of the following is the correct way to roll a fair 6-sided die? 6-sided 1, make test die 6, 6-sided, 6-sided 2. Okay. Alright, so we finished those questions. Problem 1. Implement the roll dice function in hog.py. So we get this big file. It takes two arguments, a positive integer called numRolls, which specifies the number of times to roll a die, and a dice function. It returns the number of points scored by rolling the die numRolls times in a turn, either the sum of the outcomes or one. So sad. To obtain a single outcome of a dice roll called dice, you should call dice exactly numRoll times in the body of roll dice. Remember to call dice exactly numRoll times, even if so sad happens in the middle of rolling. By doing so, you will correctly simulate rolling all the dice together, and the user interface will work correctly. The roll dice function and many other functions throughout this project make use of default argument values. You can see this in the function heading. The argument dice equals 6-sided indicates that the dice parameter in the roll dice function is optional. If no value is provided, 6-sided will be used by default. Before writing any code, unlock the test to verify your understanding of the question. So you can do that in here. For case 1, from hog import all roll dice to make test dice 461. So the number of rolls is going to be 2, and we're using a test dice, which is deterministic. So the first roll is going to be a 4, and the next roll is going to be a 6. And the output of roll dice returns the sum of the outcomes, unless any of the outcomes is 1. So we should get 10. Roll dice 3 times, make test dice 461. So we get a 4 and then a 6 and then a 1. But because of the, so sad condition, our output is just going to be a 1. And then, let's see. Oops. And then, roll dice 4 times, make test dice. So it's 2, 2, 3, and then 2, which is 4 plus 3, which is 7, plus 2, which is 9. Okay. And then we have A equals roll dice 4. So roll it 4 times with the test dice 1, 2, 3, 1. But because so is a thing, that means A is equal to 1. and check that the value is being returned, not printed. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, it should be 1. Okay, and then we have counted dice, make test dice, 4, 1, 2, 6. Roll 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's gonna be a 1. Make sure you call dice exactly numeral times. If you call it fewer or more than that, it won't be at the right spot in the cycle for the next roll. Note that a return statement within a loop ends the loop. So we're gonna roll dice 1 time with counted dice. I think continuing from this one, which was 4, 1, 2. Right? I think is it 6? I don't know. Yeah, okay, it's 6. Roll dice 9. Make test dice 6. So you're gonna roll the dice 9 times, and it's deterministic, and 6 is the only outcome, so 6 times 9. Roll dice 7. Make test dice 2, 2, 2, 2. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's a 1. So it'll be a 1. Okay, those are all those problems. And then it's write code and check your work. So your code here. Oops. What do we have? I always like to start with pseudocode. So what are we gonna do? Given the number of rolls and dice, given the number of rolls greater than 0, return the sum of the outcomes okay. As long as num rolls is greater than 0. We want to roll the dice. If the dice roll is not 1, add amount, add dice roll to sum. If the dice roll is 1, we're gonna do that. What is it? So sad. So sad to true. Keep rolling. Then keep rolling. When we can't roll anymore, return 1 if so sad, or some if not. Okay. Oops. Also, I want to go up 12 and the top. Then I'm gonna J, write my code here. So I did this before, so I already know how to do it. I literally did this last night. But my point with all this is a roundabout way of saying that, like, even though I could figure out how to solve it, I feel like I don't know, maybe I'm underestimating myself, but I feel like I shouldn't be solving this now when, for example, I didn't even know what assert was until I read it yesterday. So apparently you can just assert and it like makes rules for things. So these assert statements ensure that num rolls is a positive integer. So you can assert type and then assert it's greater than 0. I didn't know you could do that. I don't know why it ends with a comma. Maybe that's just like preferred. I don't know, like why does it have to end with a comma, or do you just like to do that? Or maybe that is the format. I have no idea. I don't know how asserts work. This is my first time seeing them. Anyway, so we're gonna need some. We're gonna need a so sad that starts as false. And then while numRoll is greater than 0, we're gonna roll the dice. With dice. Oh, wait. I think we need... Wait, do we need another variable for this then? Maybe we need a variable. Can I put it in here? Current roll. Okay. If current roll not equal to 1, then we're going to add it to the sum. Meow. Otherwise, when the current roll is 1, oops, give me a second to think. Wait. While num roll greater than 0, oh, we also need to decrement num rolls. Num rolls minus equals 1. Okay. If the dice roll is 1, that's so sad to true and keep rolling. So sad. It's true. Num rolls will go down by 1 again. Or also. Oh, wait. I can just put it once here. Then we can't roll anymore. While when num rolls is 0, it's not greater than 0. If so sad is true, return 1, else turn sum. I think this was my solution. I don't remember exactly, but something like this. And then let me look at it one more time. So roll dice, let's say 2 with a 6-sided die. Sum is 0, so sad is false. While num rolls is 2, the current roll will be some number between 1 and 6. If the current roll is not 1, let's say it's 6, the sum will be 0 plus 6. And then num rolls minus 1. And then while it's 1, we gotta roll it again. And if it's not 1, we just add it. If it is one, though, we change so sad to true. And then, yeah, if there were more roles, I think this works. I think this was what I came up with. Actually, I don't want to leave there. I want to stay in this for a little bit. Meow, 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 meow. Anyway, so if we run Python 3, the OK test run with local. Yeah, my tests pass. Oh, yay! They pass. Yay! Okay, problem 2. Implement Boar Brawl, which takes the player's current score, player score, and the opponent's current score, opponent score, and returns the number of points scored when the player rolls 0 dice and Boar Brawl is invoked. Okay. A player who chooses to roll 0 dice scores 3 times the absolute difference between the tens digit of the opponent's score and the ones digit of the current player's score, or 1, whichever is greater. The ones digit refers to the rightmost digit, and the tens digit refers to the second rightmost digit. If a player's score is a single digit less than 10, then the tens digit of the player's score is 0, and there's some examples. So if the current player has 21 points and the opponent has 46 points, and the current player rolls 0 dice, the tens digit of the opponent's score is 4, and the ones digit of the current player's score is 1. So the player would gain 3 times the absolute value of 4 minus 1, which is 9 points. And then you could see an example for 45 and 52, where it's 5 minus 5. And since that ends up being 0, they gain 1 point because there's a stipulation that it's either going to be this value or 1, whichever is higher. If the current player has 2 and the opponent has 5, then we gotta use 0 minus 2. So, in the absolute value that I get 6. Don't assume that scores are below 100. Write your Boar Brawl function so that it works correctly for any non-negative score. Oh, okay. That sounds important. Your implementation should not use strings, list, or contain square brackets. The test case will check if they have been used. Okay. Before writing any code, unlock the test to verify your understanding of the question. So, also I want to take a look at this. In here, we have Boar Brawl. Oh, there's like nothing in here at all. It just says, returns the points scored when the current player rolls 0 dice according to Boar Brawl. We have a player score and opponent score. Okay. So for Boar Brawl 2146, players, opponents, we have 3 times 4 minus 1, which is 3. So we should get 9. 7 minus 2 is 5 times 3. This should get 15. 0 minus 0. So it'll get 1. 0 minus 0 again. So they get 1. 0 minus 5, but it's the absolute value, so it's 5 times 3 is 15. 0 minus 2, it's negative 2, but the absolute value, so we get 2 times 3 to get 6 points. 0 minus 7, 7 times 2, get 14 points. No, not times 2, times 3, get 21 points. 2 minus 2 is 0, so they get 1. Okay, we unlocked all the test cases. Okay, so I'll start with some pseudocode. So so I'm gonna start with slightly differently. Input is player score and opponent score. Output is points scored by current player. To start with, we need. There's a whole bunch of things. There's like a whole bunch. Let's think about this. What's the logic? First, we take opponent's score no, we check if opponent's score is you know what though? It says don't assume that scores are below 100. But I thought 100 was the cap. Let's go back up a little bit. Trying to be the first to end a turn with at least gold total points, or goal is by default 100. Okay. I guess when it says don't assume that scores are below 100. Write your function so that it works correctly for any non-negative score. But wouldn't the game be over if it was above 100? Okay. So, basically, if the score is greater than, is greater than or equal to 10. Oh, we can't use brackets. We can't use index. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, then we could do modulo, right? How can we? Oh my god. This is really, my brain hurts. How do I get the tens place? Is it modulo? Modulo 10? No, that's a remainder. What's the other one? Floor division. Sorry, give me a second. Do another one. Is it floor division? 56, 10? Yes, we use floor division. Net score 10. And then check if opponent's score is less than 10 but greater than 0. Right? Greater than or equal to 0. We're gonna use 0. I'm sorry, getting too quiet. I'm also sorry that I'm not commenting this out right away. I don't know why I do this. Meow. Okay. Then I need to check the actually before checking. And then for both of those scenarios, save that digit to some variable. Then I want to check player score. I could just use the variable name, but it's okay. I'm trying to practice writing it in English instead of writing it in code. And then converting to code later once I have it understood. Okay. Check that player score. We need the ones place. How do we get the ones place? How do we access the ones place? We divide by... Oh, let me think. Let me think. Um... Um... Let's see... Hmm... Um, 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 um... We can't use a string, we have to use math. I don't know how to do this. Modular? Modular 10? Okay, that's how we do it. And then, let's see, I'm thinking. My tummy hurts. But what if it's less than 10? 9. Will just give us 0, but we don't want that. Wait, I get 9. Oh wait, that still works. How does that still work? Because it goes in 0 times with the remainder. Oh, that's really good then. So, select player score is greater than 0. Player score modulo 10. Then, meow, so many steps. Okay. My tummy hurts. Save that digit to some variable, and then after I have those 2 variables, I want to do the formula. Now, will it let me use absolute value? Because it says here that I can use. It says apps, but do I need to import math, or do I already have math? I don't know. I'm just gonna use it and then see if it works. Right? And then we get then we get um calculate points. Oh, wait. Calculate. I don't know what to call this. Boar, yeah, boar brawl points. And then if points is less than wait. My brain hurts. If points is whatever is greater. Whatever is greater. Points 0. Return 1. Otherwise, return points 3 times absolute value of A minus B. Okay. Now we actually have to code it. Okay, so if opponent score is greater than or equal to 10, I shouldn't use A and B. I should use a better variable. What if we call it um hmm meow meow meow. Like I just feel like calling it uh, I feel like calling it 10's digit of opponent score is a little bit verbose. What if we call it um 10's? I don't know if that's descriptive enough. Tens digit equals um opponent score floor division or integer division 10. Else if the opponent score is less than 10, or greater than or equal to 0, tens digit equals 0. um and then okay, and then hmm Oh, my brain really hurts. If player score greater than 0, player score and 1. I'm sorry. This is a That's what it's called. 1 digit is equal to player score modulo 10. And then for brawl, I should just call it points. Points. No, I should call it boar brawl. No, I should call it points. Points equals 3 times the absolute value of 10's digit minus 1's digit if points is equal to 0, return 1, else return points. I don't know. I don't really know. I feel like maybe that works. It looks really ugly though. Let's think about it. So for the examples here, current player has 21, opponent has 46. If 46 is greater than or equal to 10, 10's digit is 46 floor division 10, which is 4. And then this is not true. So if player score is greater than 0 and it's 21, 1's digit is equal to player score, which is 21 modulo 10, which is 1. And then points will be 3 times the absolute value of 4 minus 1. And then since points does not equal 0, it equals 9. We should get points. I think this works. Whatever. Let's just try it. Okay, so then we did this already. Once you're done unlocking, begin implementing. You could check correctness with this one. Python 3. Okay, Q. Question 2. Local. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. Okay, we have some errors. Let's see. Cannot access local variable where it's not associated with a value. Let's start from the beginning. Okay. Let's see. Um, yeah, I'm not really sure about my syntax and my brain hurts. It's because of the way I wrote this. I wrote it badly, didn't I? One stitch it. One stitch it. I didn't spell it wrong. Oh wait, it should be greater than or equal to 0. But I don't think that helps. Um, 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 how do I do this? Should I make two separate, should I make two separate loops? But I don't really need a loop. I don't know. This is what I mean, by the way. This is what I mean when I tell you, like, I feel like I have no business doing this because I don't understand. I don't understand the fundamentals deeply enough. I need to go back. There's something really wrong. The thing is, I don't really want help. I don't really want help from the chat. I just want to practice. So I need flow control. Don't want to bot. Do I need to make it nested? Maybe I need to make it nested. Oh no, but I don't like that. But I don't like that. Cause I wanna do it either way. Meow meow meow. I know something is really wrong with my thing because I think it's just looking here and then here. Or well, it's just going here or here. And then whichever one is right. I don't know, actually. Something is wrong. This line isn't working. Because this one isn't happening. Maybe. Maybe we just... I don't really know what else to do other than this. While... I think this is really bad though. This is really bad. I don't think this is right. I don't really think this is. Is that an infinite loop? Oh, 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 oh. Okay, let's go back. Haha. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. I'm in so much trouble. What? I don't really need a loop. But I think I have too many. Hmm. I don't think I need a loop for this. Ha ha ha. I want to look at. Not break. I want to look at. And can I go back to control? Well, maybe? No, no, no. Hmm. I don't know why it's not working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I just know that it looks bad. And I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Let's try it in another. Can I try it in another? Um, what's this one? My tummy hurts. It's not gonna work the same though. Let's just try it. Pour it. Pour it. And then we'll call it on brawl. Player score 21. 21-46. Cannot import name apps from maps. Does it mean apps? I don't know what it's called. What do you let's just import maps. Then I don't know what it's called. Import math. Okay. We get a number. Let's see. Now if I add another one. Let's save this there. Oh wait, we're not. Yeah. Oh, this is just testing. Ah. Oops. Wow. I'm crying. I'm so crying. I'm crying. I'm so sad. Greater than or equal to 0, then the ones digit is equal to the player score modulo 10. Print of the ones digit of the current player's score is ones digit. Is this illegal? Can I not do this? Maybe it's illegal. Maybe that's why I can't do it. But that works. What the heck am I doing wrong? Did I spell something wrong? I don't think I did. Once digit. Nani? What if I make this? If will it change anything? I don't get it. My tummy hurts. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Wait a minute, this is different. 2 test cases passed before encountering first failed test case. Expected 3 got 27. This was for 0, 0. I don't know, I'm really confused. Huh? Expected 1. Got unbound local error. Cannot access local variable where it's not associated with the value. Oh! Wait. didn't I fix that? I thought I fixed that. Oh, let me look at this again. I think I fixed it because before I didn't have an equals. Meow, meow, meow. 115. Okay, so we're saying that they could be above 100. Let's see. Yeah. Meow. Let's see. We have 125. How did we get to tens? How did we get to tens place? I don't know. Modulo? No. That would give us 25. What division would give us 1? What if? Um. Hmm. Hum. What if? But does that work for all cases above 100? Hmm. We do modulo 10, and then we subtract that from the score. Okay, let's see that. Sorry, I'm losing. I'm over time. I'm over 2 hours, but I'm losing steam here. If it's greater than or equal to 10. Ha ha ha. Are they gonna do the same thing with another one? If opponent score is greater than 100, then the tens digit is equal to opponent's opponent score modulo 10, which is like some whatever the last digit is. Meow meow meow. How do I do this? Oh, my brain hurts. We do opponent score minus that number, right? So we do 1, 2, wait. 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4 minus 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4 modulo 10. Right? So then we get 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4. And then this whole thing, then we do modulo 100. No, we get 20. It's so close. It's not quite. Wait. How do I get 2? How do I get 2? Divided by 10. 2.0. I don't like it. I don't like it. We're just making an integer. This is disgusting. Oh, this is gross. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna do it. Nobody can stop me. No one can stop me. So we do opponent score modulo 10 to get the ones place. Then we subtract that from the opponent's score, no matter what it is, so we get some number ending with 0. And then we take all of that and we get the tens place with modulo 100, but then we divide it by 10, and then this is where it gets even better. Then we make it an integer. This will work. This will definitely work. Now, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say they're probably gonna mess me up and tell me, wait, I think we're good, right? We're good for the player score because we just need the last digit. Yeah, and then no matter, okay, we're good. I think we're actually good. This has to work. Come on. 11 test cases. Let's see. Yes. Opponent score is not defined. I spelled it wrong. No, this is how you know that I'm not an AI. Because I can't spell. Okay, this time it has to work. Work. Yay! Everybody clap. Everybody clap. Is everybody clapping? Okay, I'll look at the chat now. We did it. Hi, Thunderhoof. Managed to consult it. It doesn't work, reverse engineer it until it does. Yeah, thank you for clapping. Hi, Yvonne. Thank you for the cute little clip. I thought it was funny. AI is meant to make our work as engineers easy. If there's something we already know, it's alright to use AI. I don't know about that. I don't know things yet. Hi, owned by Peter. PTR. Isn't condition at line 50 illegal? Which one? Let's see. Opponent score less than 10. Opponent score greater than or equal to 0. Yeah. Oh, reverse Polish notation. Hi, we did it. Thank you, Barathon. Man, I can't actually read, so I don't know how it works. Man, Thunderhoof, I'm struggling is what I'm doing. But I'm done now. I went over time by 11 minutes. Yeah, I'm proud that I made progress again too, JJ. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Honestly, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I could actually fix this. I still think it's really bad. I think it's poorly written. There's too many ifs. It's like, oh, if this, oh, if this. I also think this line This line is disgusting. And this is what I mean, like, I feel like if I do launch school first, I will learn more about how to write things cleanly instead of just getting dopamine from solving random problems. Anyway, I hope you all have an excellent rest of your day. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. There's a lot of new faces here too. So, hello to you. Greetings. Oh, thank you, clowns, marbles. Welcome. Now, I can't say that I know how to code. I also can't say that I know how to code well. So be warned that you might get triggered while watching me learn. You probably will get triggered because I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. But if you don't mind that, then it's a pleasure to have you. Arithmetic expressions with lots of operations are often ugly. I know. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to be so ashamed of my code. I don't want to be so ashamed, but one step at a time. Don't use else because I can just return points. It can just be return points, which will then always be the default if none of the ifs match. Ah, so saves a line. So like, if I, oops, just delete this line. Like this, it should work too. Let's try it. Yeah, it still works. Thank you, buddy, for saving me a line. For floats exists standard mod F. I don't know what that is yet. I haven't learned that one yet. I haven't practiced in ages. I have no right to judge. Oh, thank you, Pony Liver. You're being very sweet, and it's not true. I'm really struggling. Why is it that you choose Python? Not judging, just curious. Because I wanna. There's a lot of reasons. I went down a bunch of rabbit holes and ended up on Python is one of the reasons. There's a lot of learning materials that use Python. Another thing is I am interested in doing data stuff again because I started a master's program that I never finished, and I feel like Python would be really useful for eventually. I don't think I'm ever gonna go back and finish, but I'm not gonna finish. I didn't need to. Screw the man. Oh, thank you, Barisham. I was just being a doom kitty, as sometimes I'm wont to do. Anyway. Oh, this is enough for one day. This is enough, more than enough for one day. And you know it's getting bad because, like, when I sleep, I dream of code, and I think that's a problem. I need to have other hobbies in a life. I learned the basics with C. Oh, Takey274. I do have a resource that's been given to me. Where is that? This one, I think. Aw, man, he's gonna make me do this again, or is it? I went to his race car. Was it 42? Yeah, it's definitely 42. Is it this one? Yeah, they were telling me to do this one. And Mama, she dreams of electric sheep. C and Pascal. I love Scheme. I like Scheme. Okay, good luck with your NEET code. CS50 starts with C. How you make it? I didn't make it, I bought it. What software you use for recording? Yeah, OBS. I type in the chat. All you need is OBS, VTube Studio. And then for the model, I got mine on. I don't know, can I put links in this chat? Let me get the link. Meow 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 meow. I'm in a good mood now. That was so hard. My brain, my small brain. It hurts, oh it hurts, oh my brain it hurts. Okay, where is that? This one. Copy link. Copy. Now, because I'm posting a link on YouTube, you know, YouTube gets kind of weird. I don't know if it'll let me post it, but I'm gonna try. That's where I got it. Okay, I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one. I hate OOP, so I can't relate to you. Wait, but isn't Lisp functional programming? Aiden, isn't Scheme and Lisp functional? I love Scheme.